How are we doing, gamers? Good morning. Happy, happy Saturday. Any of the regulars that are here bright and early, I'm gonna say this a few times over the course of the stream, but today's gonna be my last live day until Thursday. Doing some Saturday live hours, gonna be off for a little bit. Yes, I have successfully convinced myself to run back the Mismagius deck. Yesterday's tournament was supposed to convince me not to play it anymore, and it did the opposite of that. Alright, we're kicking off with a viewer submission that it's doing some stuff. We've got Dusknor, we've got Gengar EX, and we've got a couple of sigilifts and communications to try and tie the room together. The weekdays off won't be a regular thing, but depending on what metrics do, we might loop in some Saturday stuff somewhat consistently. Playing the Ursi Day event. All right, let's communication into a Haunter and flip heads here, huh? Easiest game of Pokemon Pocket I've ever played, gamers. Surprise, Riolu. Gotcha. Easy game. Given how old your audience skews, I suspect Saturdays will do well. So I actually think the average makeup of my audience age is probably why I expect Saturdays not to do well. Because I would wager a lot of my audience is similar to me. And that, like, if you're not working on a Saturday, it's family time, yeah? Ooh, opponent messed up. Lucario's got a retreat cost of 2. They needed to X speed before the evolution here. I think this is I'm confused why I can't retreat moment. Oh, you know what? I should wait on this communication. Because I can't attack with Gengar this turn anyways. I should wait and see if I draw another thing. Healed. I might as well play the Ghastly out at this point, yeah, because I'm out of communications. I plan to play more of that deck today between patches. I think I've got 3 or 4 game highlights that I like with it, and despite YouTube comments being incredibly visceral and hating the existence of Magdazone, I'm gonna post a highlight with that one, because that one's sweet. I saw Jeff live and had a heart attack thinking I was supposed to be at work today. What's going on? Good morning. Isn't YouTube hatred a form of engagement? So yes and no. Technically, comments on the YouTube side can help grow the content, but Speaking as someone who lived through the Marvel Snap community being incredibly negative, having the comment section of your videos just be a bunch of people who are upset and mad at the game not only will cause the creator to be upset and feel like, if I'm being honest, like part of the reason we signed off after 5 hours yesterday is I was feeling upset dealing with all the negativity in the comment section. And then letting people sit there and breed that negativity into your comments causes other people to feel more negative about the game, which causes people to burn out and ultimately stop watching your content. So as a whole, it is a huge net negative to let people sit there and just constantly complain in your comments. Not good for both mental health and not good for the longevity of your content in the channel. I've got 2 Gengars, 2 research, and 7 cards here. It was especially interesting to me because I thought maybe like I was forgetting something, but I went back and checked, and the Magdazone highlight that I uploaded yesterday was actually the very first Magdazone highlight I'd uploaded on the channel. Like, obviously, I talked about it in, like, the meta report videos and stuff, but I was like, did I forget? And I, like, because I explicitly try not to upload videos with the same Pokemon in them. Like, I try to put, like, a gap. Like, if I'm going to upload a Magdazone video, I try and wait at least 4 to 5 days before uploading another one, but generally a week or more if I've got a lot of variety in my stuff that's highlighted. I was like, oh, did I like upload back-to-back Magdazone decks? And I was like, no, it was actually the first one I'd uploaded. I was like, it's so weird. I don't know, I watch some stuff on YouTube. Apparently, that's very popular on YouTube, is people uploading a deck that's very mediocre. It just, like, has a bunch of bad cards, but has Magdazone in it, I guess. I think the strangest part about it all is I actually think what Magdazone has done for the game is incredibly healthy. And I think we need more cards like Magdazone, not less of them, right? This takes all of it off, yeah? Yeah, okay. I wanted to confirm that was how it worked before we did. That's a little BM. We're giving him a point, but I was pretty sure that was how the interaction worked. I just wanted to see it. It's also the hate directed towards Magdazone really highlights how a lot of people will never be happy, because I would bet a significant amount of money that a lot of the people who are complaining about Magdazone right now are people who were complaining that the game was too first energy dependent before Magdazone existed. And the reason why Magdazone is so popular is not just because it's a colorless card, but it's explicitly a colorless card that lets you have an advantage when going first. When you hit those evolutions on curve, the Magnemite into Magneton into Magdazone is good when you have first evolution advantage. Yeah, it's essentially a colorless card that likes to go first. So I think we need more of those. I've talked a lot about how we need more cards that reward you for having first evolution advantage, and Magdazone's just the very first one that's super splashable, right? So it's been played in a variety of things, but like that design at its core is so good for the game. Past being a card that likes going first, another thing that Magdazone does that's really good and healthy for the game is it normalizes or made more popular decks that focus around one knockout point things, right? And I think this latest, it's interesting to me how I've seen comments not just about Magdazone, but about how this latest expansion made the game worse. And I've had the opposite experience anecdotally, feeling like the game and the metagame have been so much better and more interesting because there's such a wide range of one knockout point Pokemon. Cards like Cape and more decks leading one knockout point into one knockout point means the games tend to be longer on average, and longer games have more decision points, and more decision points let better players win more frequently. Yeah, I don't know. It just, yeah. This has been my little ramble, trying to bring positive or different perspective to something that's been hammered very negatively in the community. Yeah, I think that's a big part of it, Small. I think a lot of the negativity is probably people who... It's objectively true that the Mewtwo decks and Pikachu decks from last season aren't good now. And I would bet a lot of the negativity and frustration is keyed into people who just wanted to keep playing their same decks feeling put out because those two in particular are no longer metagame staples. It takes a lot of work and effort to have to like grow and adapt your strategy, and it's very easy to just complain about it. For free to play, the previous meta dying has been rough. I mean, I don't think that's strictly true. Like, free to play players had access to a lot of the cards from the previous expansion. Like, to give you context, my wife plays Pokemon Pocket, and she only buys the premium pass on her account, so not completely free to play, but also not like wailing for new cards instantly. And she was like, okay, what decks can I put together for this 45 win event? And obviously her account couldn't build the brand new meta decks for the thing, but like Gyarados, Charizard, and Exeggutor were just all decks from the previous format that are still good that she had on her account from just playing as a very minimal spender. And she did the 45 win event no problem with largely playing Gyarados Greninja as the three of those she liked the most. There's three decks that essentially don't need any premium cards from the new expansion. You need a handful of utility cards like the Cyrus and the Capes and the Communications. But I actually think, while not every single deck from the previous expansion is still competitive, like, I think they did a stellar job of keeping most of them competitive. What happened to Pikachu? So, the Pikachu deck's problem is kind of threefold when you sit down and really think about it. So, part of the Pikachu deck's problem is that Cyrus now exists, and the Pikachu deck previously was strong because it could bob and weave high-ish HP EXs in and out of the active slot, and you had difficulty chasing them all down. And then another part of the Pikachu deck's problem is Cape makes games longer by increasing the average HP on a lot of things, and longer games don't favor the aggressively slanted deck like Pikachu. And then the third and kind of final nail in the coffin is that even last season, before there was Cape and before there was Cyrus, the Pikachu decks have always struggled against Exeggutor. Exeggutor EX has been one of the best cards you could play into Pikachu since the game launched. And now it's everywhere, right? So there were both new cards that made Pikachu worse, but there were also circumstances surrounding the rest of it where it's like, oh, even without the new cards, if the metagame shifts like this, it's still not good for the Pikachu deck. But I played a Leaf, so I assume... Are they gonna run out of time here? Oh man, I think they timed out. I wonder if they're having a connection issue. Yeah, the opponent opened a very strong start. Can I think I go digging to try and build a second Dusknoir here. I think our best chance to win is to get 2 of these online to let Gengar try and live forever. How good is this Dusknoir Gengar deck? Probably terrible. We're playing viewer deck submissions before the tournament. We have 1 win with it so far this morning, which is 1 more than I was expecting. More cards left in the deck here. This pulls one of them out, yeah? There's a Sigilif in there. So what's our deck? It's Gengar and I'm gonna play this just in case they have a stray red card. It's a Gengar and a Dusknoir. Alright, I'm curious to see if Gengar can hard carry this game for us with 2. We have it all online, chat. We're gonna have double Dusknoir, double Gengar. Can we fight through what they've assembled? I think there's avenues where we win this game. Especially with them leaving Starmie in here. Alright, let's head to the Void. Exodia has been assembled here. And this is 1 card. It's guaranteed to be the other Dusknoir here, yes? Okay, so... And remember, they can't Cyrus us. Because we have Gengar. It's only once per turn, right? Or is as many times as you want per turn? As often as you like during your turn. Okay, so I do this and pull the... No, wait, is this wrong? This only has 140, right? It's already taken 20. Alright, I'll pull this off of here. And then we'll let this one die to pull this off of here. So we heal this to full. They get a second point. It only has 130 to start. And now we Spooky Shop. And remember, we're in no danger of Cyrus here because Gengar has them spellbound. Yeah, they can't leave either. They have to put an energy on here to back out. Oh, yeah, that's true. Pulling the 20 off of this Gengar means I can't pull a 90 from a Starmie hit. But they need to pull... They're not attacking with Starmie for a while, right? Because they need to pull this out. We have assembled 4 Stage 2 Pokemon. And we are currently approaching unbeatable status. Look at this. Look at this pathetic deck, chat. Can't beat double Gengar, double Dusknoir. Pathetic. Alright, fine. I'm taking notes. Okay, we'll put the deck list up on the screen. We gotta take a quick ad break for our first one of the morning. For people who are new, I always take a quick break from the gameplay while I let ads happen because I want to make sure they don't disrupt the viewing experience on Twitch or YouTube. So we'll be back in 120 seconds with some more gameplay. Otherwise, we're just gonna chill and I'm gonna pedal and chat with chat. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. If you're watching on the YouTube side, consider tapping the like button on the live stream if you want some more Saturday streams. Shout out to the 83 button pressers already this morning. Look at all these Pokemon. Wait, Jeff, this is supposed to get it out of my system, not make it look playable. Listen, we're 2-0 now is all I'm saying. We need a banner, Dex, and editor may be less playable than they appear. Oh, man. I should put one of those up if we post a highlight of this, like, while I'm deck teching it. Just, like, don't say anything about it, but just, like, put it in the corner as an asterisk. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed by the Mastery stuff in Snap. It feels like they just added more bricks to the split system. Their new upcoming game mode looks good. If the game mode is good and they fix the economy, I could see myself trying it again, but in the short term, I'm definitely off it. Hey, Kurt, thanks for the 3 months in advance and the 55 months overall. I plan to be here. Thanks for keeping me around. Tournament starts at the top of the next hour, so about 60 minutes. By the way, I'd like to give a shout out to it. We have it in the command that is trolling in chat, but at the very end of today's stream, after we're done with the tournament, we're going to be checking out some Arcane Rush. This is an asynchronous drafting auto battler game on Android, iOS, and now Steam. We're checking out their Steam release today. I've played a bunch of it in the past. Looking for a fun game that you can pick up and put down whenever you need to. It's a great one. Is there a snap card that has an effect you'd like to see in Pocket? I don't really feel like there's a lot of one-to-one translation there. There are such different types of games. That shirt is peak. It's a good one. Hiding slightly below, there's a Rillaboom. There's someone else out here too. I think it's just Rillaboom and Decidueye. But yeah, it's definitely lovely. Oh, the swirling disaster is gonna gobble up my bench here. Without the other evolution for this, I think I sit on this D-Skull for a turn. $50 damage in an attack is real good. Having all of our researches to start is also not bad, though. That's a communication. I definitely want to go digging. Well, do I need to go digging for Haunter this turn? I'm still 2 turns off of attacking with Gengar, right? So I think I wait on the communication, because the more Pokemon I draw out of my deck before I communicate, the more likely it is to find the Pokemon I care about. So if I'm not going to attack with Gengar next turn anyways, I might as well wait. How many deck submissions do you take per day? Usually somewhere between like 3 and 6, depending on the length of the stream. I've got 3 queued up already for today, so I'm tentatively not taking more. If the tournament goes well, we'll probably take some more later, but when I take viewer deck submissions, I like to play them for a good long time. Usually we play them for like half hour to an hour or more if they're really good, so I think it's more interesting to play good decks for a longer time than it is to burn through them really fast. Do you have all the crown rares in the game? I do currently have all the crown rares in the game, yeah. And hey, look, by waiting here, we managed to draw the Dusknoir, which makes this pretty likely to find Haunter. I believe there's 1 Gengar and 2 Haunters in my deck, so this communication is 66% to find what we're looking for. Oh, we are the 33%. That's so unfortunate, because it means the Spiritomb gets to hit us for another turn. I think I need this to live for a go-round, so I think I'm pulling the damage off of here. But saving Sigilif is definitely not what we're looking to do with this card, huh? Oh, play it, no work. Thank you for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I think we're just letting this die at this point, yeah? I think I let this die, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull 20 damage off of this Dusknoir, and then this goes to 10 off this hit, and then I could go ahead and use this to max heal something later on, is the game plan. Oh, I should clear the Haunter so they can't Cyrus. Yeah, I should put the Haunter damage on this one. That's a good call. Like, if I get Cyrus here, we lose, and then I deserve it. Cool, they don't have it. Hey, thanks, Kappa. Good to have you here. All right, and then once we have this up, we don't have to worry about supporters anymore, yeah? no Giovanni's. No, nothing like that. So they can't deal more than 100 next turn, right? So I think the play here is I clear this and go to 110, and then they hit me for 100 down to 10, and then I let them kill the Dusknoir, yeah? Like, these breakpoints look super clean. If they have another Spirit Tomb to clear this Dusknoir, I get into a little bit of trouble, but if they don't have second Spirit Tomb here, they can't Cynthia gamers, they're spellbound. There's no Cynthias, there's no Giovanni's. This card makes it so easy to compute what they have. Yeah, you heal the full off the 10 HP Dusknoir. They had the Spirit Tomb and they don't understand. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They had the Spirit Tomb and they didn't get it. Don't tell Scotty, chat. Scotty's about to learn a really valuable lesson. Head into the Shadow Void here. Enjoy your second knockout point. I'll take this spooky shot. Thank you very much. And I just have second Gengar ready to go, yeah? So we do this. We go, okay. I would like to pull 100 damage off of here. I hit you for 100. And this is at a clean 20, so it doesn't die to one shot from this. I think this is checkmate, yeah? I switch to the other Gengar, and then I hit them, and then I hit them again. Again, gamers, they can't Cynthia, they can't Cyrus, they can't Sabrina. They are spellbound. Gengar makes the permutations to get your opponent into checkmate so much cleaner. That was really clean. This deck's definitely gonna need a disclaimer during the intro. This is 100% going to need a deck list maybe worse than it appears in these game highlights disclaimer. Have we lost a game yet? I don't think we have. Obviously, the deck is correct. Chat, I just want to iterate that you can win with anything in the random queues, and this deck is not good. If you think you'd have fun playing this, like, follow your heart and have fun. But I just really want to make it abundantly clear and set expectations that this deck is not good. It's not good. It's not good. It is great. Accurate. Definitely not good, certainly great. If they have their bugs on curve here, we're probably in trouble. Communication the other Ghastly away, looking for Haunter. Nice. Definitely in trouble if they have Osiris. I don't think I play around second Sabrina. I guess I could. Maybe I want to draw cards. I'm so torn. I'm so torn. Up to 500 people on Twitch and 400 on YouTube. That's not bad for a day I don't typically stream. Appreciate the folks that are here for a Saturday. I think I need to just set this up. Because if they don't have their evolution again next turn, I think I'll play the other one of these out now. Because if they evolve and clear this, I'll put this up and then let Gengar, and then we'll have the clear. Yeah, I think because they had first energy advantage and I had to spend an energy retreating, we just don't have time to draw cards here. Oh, they could just pivot to the Pikachu as well. Yeah. Rocky Hat. I think I put this up and just hope to draw the top one for this. They notably haven't played any researches yet, so getting this into the active spot has value from that perspective. But I'm going to be a little bit in trouble if I don't draw my other stage 2 to pull 90 off of this next turn. But if I draw my stage 2 for this and we pull 90 off of it, we can then kill this to fully heal it the following turn, which is really good. I need the stage 2 here. Okay, so you're saying there's a chance. So again, this goes to 10. And then next turn, we can full heal the Gengar and kill the Dustor. It's unfortunate that we don't have our basic to start building up. I really feel like I'm going to need another Dustor, another Gengar to win this game. So I think despite this lining up for us here, just this is not going to be enough to carry. I think we probably need like... I think we probably need 2 of them. Or three of our 4 stage 2s to win a lot of games. Yeah, because even just Pachirisu with... even just Patchy with a tool here wins the game, yeah? I need another one building up to either get more heals or a different attacker to pivot in. Yeah, GG, put it. For the regulars coming in, we're streaming on Saturday today because I'm taking a small vacation with the family this upcoming week. So today is going to be my last live day until Thursday. Apologies to everybody who's going to have to actually work at their jobs this week. There will be daily stuff on the YouTube side while I'm gone. I've been working with the editor to keep that queued up, but I'm gonna be off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday when I'm usually live. Kids have Monday, Tuesday off of school. So we're taking a little trip. Audio cutting out. Which part of the audio? 100% of the audio or like just my microphone? Doesn't look like I have any recording. We sound fine. Might just be on the YouTube side. Says the stream health is fine. Weird. You going somewhere tropical? Kinda. We're taking them to an indoor water park. So it'll be plenty warm. Okay, sounds like it's just an issue on the YouTube side and refreshing the channel fixes it. MTA, thank you for the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. That's interesting. That's the first time I've had a encoding issue like that on YouTube. Twitch has them somewhat frequently. I mean, this cracks them for 50, yeah? Might be Truffle Shuffle, start drawing cards next turn. So we can get a bunch of our stuff built up. Although I suppose they're threatening Gallade as early as next turn, yeah, which is pretty scary. I'm gonna communication, looking for my stage 1 here. If they have Gallade on curve, we're probably gonna get run down. Especially with bricking on our stage 1. This is definitely a very interesting card. The fact that it heals you to full when it has 10 HP it's powerful. It's just like, is it strong enough to warrant 6 slots in your deck, right? And I don't know how we ever beat anything remotely aggressive trying to set up our stuff, yeah? Like they just have Gallade here, and I don't know how I do anything other than die from this position. So I'm still 2 turns off of attacking with this. This has been good. The first few games were definitely a good example of riding high with a bad deck on a short streak, right? Like, it's so easy to hit a 3, 4, or 5 win streak with even something that's absolute trash. It's time for Duskdoor Mewtwo. I mean, unironically, that might be okay. It solves some of Mewtwo's Cyrus problem, yeah? Just at a low bar, it's probably better than Dusknoir Gengar, yeah? Let's thin the basics out of our deck before we research here. Looking for our stage 1 friends. And then, you know, without room for something like X speed in my deck, it's like, I look at a game like this and I'm like, I just probably don't even play the Sigilif, right? I just, like, don't have time for it. This is probably like a let the lead Ghastly die and then hope to build up the rest behind it to have a shot. Yeah, no Haunter is scuff news for our hero for sure. We have the full second Dust Door line though, so maybe Copium. Whoa. Need to draw a card with this. Giving up 2 knockout points means I can't have a Dusknoir die though, which is a tough sell. Did they misclick? Seems like a misclick, right? Why wouldn't they kill me? Oh my goodness. Alright, well we are wholly and fully bricked on that one. Despite their potential misclick. Jeff, in your opinion, what new relevant card are you expecting from the mini set? I'm hoping we get something that fixes 2-color energy issues. An EX Dragon Pokemon and a card that smooths over 2-color energy variants is my big hope for the upcoming set. I also think it's worth continually pointing out, because I think a lot of people don't understand when things are data mine speculation versus confirmed. That question was phrased as, what do I expect from the mini set? And I want to make it really clear that we don't currently have any concrete information about how big the upcoming card release is going to be. It could be 1 pack, but it could be 2, or it could be 3. It is purely speculation based on the size. Start for us, and they're not doing anything particularly aggressive here. The one thing that I think bears pointing out that could likely impact the size of the upcoming set is the Space-Time Smackdown expansion was originally data mined to be 200 plus cards, which would imply 3 booster packs. So the fact that it ended up being only 2 booster packs probably means they have extra cards that they want to release. And I wouldn't be surprised if they decided they wanted all of their card releases to be uniform moving forward and we get 2 packs again. It could be 1, like the Mythical Island, but it could also just be 2 every time from here on out. There hasn't been any pattern across the 2 set releases we've had so far, so it's all just speculation. We have this. We have this. We're communicating to look for our other basic for this one, I think. Nice. Actual perfects. Gonna be Gengar and Dusknoir against the world. Really notable here is that Gengar's Spellbind is gonna mean they can't Erica their annoying grass monsters. Makes it significantly easier to take down opponents like this deck. And with our 2 copies of Dusknoir, this is just going to live forever, yes? An interesting pivot. I would be surprised if they're not checkmated from here. I assume their plan here is to, like, shuffle this out and then, like, heal it back up with Shaman slowly, but Gengar's 100 isn't crazy, but it's enough to cut through everything they have going on, yeah? Just keep this gamer nice and healthy. Hey, Cola, thank you for the entire year of support. Welcome back. Appreciate you dropping by a live one and delivering that Prime support. It's a big part of why I'm able to do this as a job. Yeah, without Erica, that Celebi's never getting back to a livable range here, basically. Yeah, they're done. All right, I'm going to be honest, chat. I think I can stamp it Seed's expectations on this deck. And we're going to let it play for another set after the ad break. We've got 30 minutes till our tournament starts. We're going to play Gengar Dusknoir until then, I think, is my plan. And then we'll be playing the Mismagius tempo deck in the tournament. We gotta take a brief pause for the cause and let some adverts roll. I'm going to run to the bathroom. Appreciate everybody hanging out. Don't go anywhere. If you're watching on the YouTube side, consider tapping the like button on the live stream. We got over 400 viewers there and less than 200 button pressers. We can probably pump that up. BRB gamers. What is the name of the tournament we're going to be playing? The Ursi Day Tournament is the biggest one that happens every weekend. Starting in about half an hour. They currently have over 2,000 players registered for it, but in my experience, somewhere between 25 and 40% of people who register don't check in or don't submit deck lists for these free events, so it'll probably be somewhere in like the 1,500 to 2,000 player range. Any playable aggro Greninja decks? Not really. Greninja's largely a controlling tool. While the card's occasionally really strong when you hit it on curve while going first, generally speaking, it wants to hide behind things. Drawing second. Can I have a Sigilif? I can. Perfect. To draw some cards here, pull our stage 2s together. Opponent has some fire energy here on their Chimchar sleeves. They are working on theme, it would appear. If they are spellbound, they can't dawn extra energy up, which will be good for us. Did I hear Jeff say that he hosts a Pokemon Pocket podcast? Absolutely not. How are our Saturday stream numbers? So far, they are markedly worse than my weekday numbers. That's to be expected. Running right at about expectations. Hoping to find a Haunter here. Unlucky. That probably means we play the Sigilif out. They don't have their stage 1 at least here, so we've got that going for us. Yeah, majority of people who watch my content are people that work traditional 9-to-5 jobs, I would wager. If they miss on their stage 1 again here, we might just put Haunter up and try and attack for 50. Although Rapidash makes that scary. Hey, thanks for the over 2.5 years, Mr. Something. Appreciate it. I think it's just this. I don't know if I want this last bench slot to be another Gengar or another Dusknoir. If this lunge misses, I think we're in an okay spot. But if they get their second knockout point here, it means that my Dusknoir can't die. I think my plan from here is pivot this up to the Gengar so we lock them out of supporters. Then we start cleaning them out next turn, yeah? We have one communication, one research, and one stage 1 for Dusknor in our deck. So 3 out of our 4 cards kind of get us to the stage 1 we're looking for next turn. Can you elaborate on what Dusknor does? Dusknor lets you pull damage counters off of another Pokemon onto itself. This was literally the only draw in our deck that didn't let this evolve next turn. This turn, that's so sad. So we'll get to go ahead and Shadow Void here, which pulls the 40 damage off of this onto Dusknor and heals it back up. So this way, now we get to live through an Infernape attack next turn. I feel like we're in a pretty decent spot here because they have no energy set up. So they hit me for 140, but now they have no energy to attack next turn. I get to put this here. I get to go ahead and say, okay, I'm going to take 60 damage off of here, because I might as well, and then we'll heal this to full. So big thing here. This heals the Gengar to full, even though it's at 30. So they get their second knockout point now. But they're so far away from their next one, right? Because I'm gonna have another Dusknor next turn. And they can't Sabrina me and they can't Cyrus me because they're spellbound. Yeah, they're just checkmated. We take a knockout point this turn. The monkey can't kill me the next turn because they can't, even if they have Giovanni, they can't play it because they're spellbound. Gengar's effect puts people into checkmate so firmly. You're just like, normally you're thinking about cards that can give your opponent an out in the position that they're in, and it's just like, nope, you have none. There are no outs here. Serious Business Games, thank you for the 25 months. I appreciate the over 2 years. Welcome back. The reason why I don't put things like the deck's win streak or current record on my stream overlay is because that type of information is incredibly misleading. This deck, its current run, is a really good example of this. We've won more games than we've lost with this deck, but this deck is assuredly not good. We've had mixtures of both good variants and opponents hitting bad streaks. What is the exercise chair that you're using? If you look in the video description under the stream, there is a link to Flex-a-Spot. That's my affiliate link. You can check them out on their website there. I'll post it in chat as well. They make the bike chair you always see me pedaling on, as well as my standing desk and oh, that's unfortunate. As well as my standing desk and regular office chair. you're someone like myself that spends a significant amount of time in your office, more ergonomic equipment is one of the best things you can buy. Especially if you're a fellow old such as myself. Best piece of advice you'll ever get is spend your money where you spend your time, followed very closely by don't cheap out on things that go in between you and the ground. Chairs, tires, shoes, beds. These are all things that are worth buying appropriately premium versions of. Alright, so we have the Haunter. Did I let this die and take a card draw here? I think I do. Missing all of our stage 1s is sad. Hopefully we research next turn and find 2 stage 1s here. It's unlikely, but it would be definitely ideal. Now, something that's noteworthy here, oh man, can we will it into effect? Is that these decks usually play Leaf to move Drudagon out. So Gengar coming into the active spot here means that they can't Leaf this out. So we're going to have some control over setting up our back line here until they put some energy on this. Or need 4th energy here and then probably 2 energies here. They could be on X speed. It's unfortunate that I missed on my other baby here. Or do they just not have it? Oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to attack them or not. I feel like I just want my board fully set up. Is that crazy? Call me maybe? I could be giving them more time to draw Dragonite, but like they could already have it, right? And now they put an energy on here, so I think I clear it for fear of X speed. It's unfortunate that our other stage 1 for D-Skull is buried, though. Well, if that ain't the nicest, most even spread, I don't know what is. Okay, so what's my best odds to live through next turn? I think it's pull 50 off of here, then pull the full 100 off of here, then play Sigilif. And obviously they'll have permutations of Draco Meteor that let them win the game here, but I think this makes them least likely. And unfortunately, they rolled one of the permutations that lets them win. I think I'm happy with our play there. Just unfortunate the way that it breaks. The heart of the cards was too strong. We have unfortunately lost to Yugi Boy. We've got about 10 minutes till the tournament is supposed to start, but typically speaking, from experience playing this tournament off stream, it's usually 5 to 10 minutes after the top of the hour between site lag and waiting for people to check in and stuff, so probably closer to 15 to 20 minutes till we play the Mismagius deck. The biggest tournament of the weekend, or the week, so tends to lag Limitless a good deal when it goes up. I haven't played this tournament on stream before, but I've played it off stream a number of times. And Jeff not playing Blastoise today. I think playing... There's been a lot of people playing... Skarmory has increased in popularity. So I think playing a Manaphy deck with Skarmory being popular is a mistake. See? Think I go digging for the second Dusclops yet? Yeah, perfect. That's definitely the one I want. I want Gengar and then 2 Dusknoir in the back. My opponent's deck and ours are both looking to set up these big stage 2s, but our big stage 2 goes way over the top of theirs because we have more of them. Opponent being adorable and using Team Galactic Grunt with Glam Meow as a way to like thin their deck and get more Pokemon communication targets to assemble Garchomp more quickly. In my experience playing Garchomp decks, I've found that these builds that are all in on just Garchomp tend to not be good enough because there's too many things in the format that go over the top of them a little bit. And obviously our deck's not a meta deck, but we are going over the top of them, right? One of the reasons why this matchup is bad. Our deck is bigger, our payoff is more powerful. By the time their Chomp is online here, our Gengar and Dusknoir is going to be online, and they're going to be in a pretty terrible spot. Even if they fully assemble second Chomp. Alright, I think we burn a communication here, digging for our stage 1. It's fairly likely to hit, right? I think we just have a stage 1 and a Gengar in my deck, so we're 50-50. Rip. Never won a coin flip in my life, gamers. Hey, Shawnee, thank you for the 6 months in advance. I plan to be here playing sweet games. Thanks for keeping me around. Alright, so Sir Chomperson can clear the Sigilif. But being spellbound means they can't Cynthia's. Which is pretty bad for them. Or are they not clearing the Sigilif? That seems good for me, though. With them having no knockout points, I think single Gengar double Dusknoir wins the game, because I can kill both my Dusknoirs. Each Dusknoir is plus 200 health for Gengar. Yeah, they want the first attack on Gengar is why they're forcing this, but they're just checkmated from here. They're gonna have to deal. They need 6 Garchomp attacks to kill Gengar. They can't Cynthia. It's infinite attacks. The Gengar just does not die. Listen, chat, we're not here for a good time, we're here for a long time. That's how the saying goes, right? Whoop. A reboot. Thank you for re-upping that Prime. I appreciate the 2 months. Helping us stay above our full-time sub goal. Enjoy your knockout point. And again here, for those just joining us, Dusknoir heals the Gengar to full, despite being only at 30 here. And then, you know, should they have enough to get through the second Dusknoir, we'll even have second Gengar built up by that time. So they'll need to deal 100 here, and then still get through 200 on the back Gengar as well. Yeah, rating is on the wall. We're all done. Gilder Guile, thanks for dropping that Prime off. Really appreciate the folks that do that. You see our full-time sub goal beneath me. If you're someone that enjoys my content and you're one of the many people out there who pays for Amazon Prime, if you link that to a Twitch account every single month, you can get a free sub to a channel like mine on Twitch. Doesn't cost you anything extra, and it takes a couple of bucks from Jeffrey Bezos and sends them my way. Think of it as Jeff to Jeff wealth transfer, if you would. He won't even notice it's missing, I promise. Kamikaze, speaking of support, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Happy Saturday to you. Luigi, thank you for the brand new primer. To help keep it afloat during the vacation, yeah. It's definitely taking 4 days off is definitely going to crater the sub count a little bit. You think Slab is better than Communication this deck because of the density of psychic types? I don't think so. I think having the right card is better than just having more cards, is what it largely comes down to. Hey, Marcus, thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. We're just getting started today. We're going to be playing in the Earthsea Day tournament, starting in about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how the first round delay goes. The Chimchar set is very vibrant. Agree. If Ponyta hits heads here, it means Rapidash clears the Sigilift extra, which would be kind of tough for us. Yeah, it's unfortunate. If they hit another heads or have a Rapidash, I think we're going to be pretty far behind here. Again, you see me waiting on this communication, so I just want to draw more cards out of my deck. So the communication is more likely to find the card I care about. I don't know the stage 2 teed up for this anyway, so I'm not in a huge rush. If they don't have Rapidash and they just hit heads, it means that our Haunter can hit heads to clear it on the backswing, which would be nice. Chief Corned Beef, thanks for the fun decks and positive vibes. Thanks for the over a year and a half. Welcome back. Yeah, rip. AD, thank you for the brand new Prime. If the Rapidash coins break our way and we hit the evolution here and all the other stars align, we might have a shot. But them having first energy advantage with a start like this is gonna be tough. I think I needed that Sigilift for one more turn. Hey, there's the Dusclops. See, we drew it organically. Didn't need the communication for it. Energy here, this here, this here, this here. They flip tails. We evolved a Gengar. We have a chance. E, thank you for the primer. Good morning, good morning. Or good afternoon now, I suppose, in the cornfields. I actually have one full art Gengar, but it really just hurts me to play mismatch cards, so I don't do it. Hey, welcome to Hoaglandia's latest Shillionaire. That trickle-down economy working strong. Our next Shillionaire will not only have to spend 999,765 shillings. Kind of wild to think we put the $1,000,000 redemption up there as something of a meme, and now, you know, years later, it's been redeemed over 200 times. Sure to ping me on the Discord side to get access to Beverly Shills. That is definitely the place you want to be. I have to communication again because I need the stage 2 to not die to a 140 blast. You changed your deck at all from yesterday? I did. I cut the 1 copy of Mew for 1 copy of Sabrina compared to the Mismagius deck we played yesterday. If they Rising Lunge, we really need them to hit tail, so that way we can heal this and not have this die. It's unfortunate. So, I have to pull the 100 points off of here, but only healing 100 with this at 90 probably means we're going to come up a bit short this game. I guess they could be bricked on their Infernapes too, as possible. Didn't do a lot. Dead to heads here. Dead to evolution here. Dead to genetic apex Rapidash. Not dead to Dawn because they're spellbound. GG. All right. The tournament's hopefully going to be starting here momentarily. I'm going to throw the Mismagius deck. They'll be playing in that up on the screen. It's one card off of the one I posted a highlight with where we top-8'd yesterday's tournament with it. Appreciate everybody hanging out. Don't go anywhere. Hopefully the tournament round's going to pop real soon. If you're watching on the YouTube side and you're enjoying the Saturday vibes, be sure to tap the like button. Up to over 500 viewers there and only 200 button pressers so far. We can definitely pump that up. Mismagius. Viewer decks between rounds. Thanks for piloting my pilot cards. It was above average. Beat expectations, Nine. Not good, definitely great. The hero of Blue Flames, thank you for the prime. I appreciate it. Welcome back. It had more than the minimum 20 minutes of gameplay. LOL. Bugbarian, thank you for the Baker's Dozen. Welcome back. I love your content, Jeff. It helps me change the way I think about the game. Awesome. I'm surprised you cut the Mew. I know it wasn't relevant every game, but it clutched a couple of times yesterday. Yeah, it just makes your openers less consistent though, right? So we'll be in less spots where we need Mew to clutch a game if our openers are more consistent, I think. I don't know. I think there's a strong argument to keeping the Mew, but I think the Sabrina should help the Skarmory matchup. The Skarmory decks are, like, really greedy. And being able to tempo them with a Sabrina is very valuable. Oh, do I not have flares in the Farfetch still? Good catch. Put stars on our duck. He's an all-star. Get your game on. Go play. Hey now, it's a leak slap. Do-do-do-do-do-do. How's the Charizard ratio today? We don't have a meta game yet because the tournament hasn't paired. The last couple of big-ish community tournaments had like 5 to 10% Charizard. But I also think this deck has a functional Charizard matchup without the Mew, so. Hello, toddler girl. Thank you for bringing me lunch. Are you being a good listener today? Can I have a hug? Oh, you're giant.
What lab were you playing?
We're gonna play. I'm playing Ghosts with Hats today.
Oh, I like the Bulbasaurs.
You like the Bulbasaurs? Yeah.
Are you gonna play with the Bulbasaurs?
We're not gonna play with the Bulbasaurs today. I love you. Thank you for bringing me lunch.
Can you play them?
We can play with the Bulbasaurs next time we play together, okay? Love you. Since we're waiting for this round to pop, I'm just gonna chill and eat my lunch with the deck list up. All Star is a song by American rock band Smash Mouth from their second studio album, The Astro Lounge, that released 26 years ago. Wow. Why you gotta hurt me like that? At least you said some bits to blunt the blow of that violence. Did you accidentally raise a child that prefers Bulbasaur to Squirtle? No, she's just she's just 4. So whichever Pokemon is currently in front of her, she enjoys the most. So I have the screen cup, but Bulbasaur's at the top of the thing, right? So you're just looking at it. Looks like my expectation we'd have between 1,500 and 2,000 people is accurate. There were 791 people paired for this round, so a little under 1,600 people playing today. We've queued against Executor Yanmega for our first match. Our opponent, very notably, has 0 copies of Cape in their deck, meaning Giovanni plus Farfetch'd clears all of their lead basics in a single hit. So we've got 2 draws of Giovanni here. Let's see if we can punish them. They have 1 copy of Sabrina, and they have no copies of Red Card or Mars, so I'm not going to play out any basics here, because I don't want Sabrina to tempo me off of the duck. Then 6 to win the game. So frustrating that we never get to punish these eggs players and always have to play a real game. Not only do we never get to punish them with our 2-card combo, but they just always have Executor too. should probably X speed there. Get cracking here. All right, that's both Erica's used up. I just like to set the expectation, because there was just a lot of complaining in both chats that I timed out, that I would like to not have people being super negative about the game I'm playing in the space that I'm in. So, like, if you're not into the gameplay you're currently watching, that's fine. It's super subjective, but you should go watch something else or someone else rather than voicing complaints about it. Negativity breeds negativity. Unfortunate they hit 3 heads in a row. We'll go to the next game. Hopefully we'll be able to punish their greedy deck without capes with Duck plus Geo. We had 2 draw steps where we won the game on the spot. And then unfortunately we missed and they had their Executor. Really want to go first in this matchup because it gives us more chances to draw Geo to go with our Duck. Now we're only 1 in 8 or 1 in 7-ish to have Geo. Whereas if we were going first, we get to research into it, meaning we'd have 4 draws as it to ruin their eggs. How close is the eggs deck to being placed in S tier? Not at all. We'll see what the results are from the tournament this weekend, but both Charizard and Gyarados have very good matchups into their deck. Yes, if we went first this game, we'd have been able to clear the egg with the Geo. Does my opponent not have an Executor for once in their life? Long pause here makes me optimistic. Okay, they don't have it. Coolio. They missed and we hit. And now I don't even need it, yeah? Thanks for the boost. Notable that our opponent has no potions in their deck, just 2 Ericas. No potions, no capes are noteworthy for our gameplay here. Has Gyarados been iterated at all since the release of the new set? They added 1 copy of Cyrus, but otherwise it's the same deck from last season. Yo, got a freebie. Hey, Brickdown. It's wild how different the game is when they just don't have it. If you haven't watched tournament rounds before, they are best of 3, so this next game decides the match. Hopefully we can get a good egg scramble for this game. We're going first, which gives us more of a chance to have an egg scramble. We don't get to lead on Farfetch'd here, is unfortunate. That means we would need to find our 1 copy of X Speed plus Farfetch plus Giovanni, so pretty unlikely to get to cheese them out. That being said, them starting on Yanma is not ideal for them either. I want the highest probability to find Mismagius here, which means I want to Professor's Research first, because if Professor's Research draws any non-Mismagius basics, the Pokeball is more likely to find them. And then actually, because I really just want Mismagius with this, I think we actually just wait a turn here. They can't knock this out, so... I could have gone 20 and then tried to Giovanni, but the odds they don't have an Erica is really low, so I think I want to just build this up. Search is a solid draw for them. We're hoping to find a copy of X Speed here, obviously. So they're one of Communication. If I get exactly the other Mischievous, I'm in trouble here to Sabrina. I think I'm supposed to try and find a non... We were... What? 75% to find a basic there that worked for us? Result. I wanted to find a different basic because giving up my other Misdrevious to a Sabrina is bad, and it leaves us in a bad spot when they have Sabrina here now, unfortunately, but they only have one of those, so we lost our 75%er. Maybe they'll lose their 50%er. The problem with Cyrusing and killing the egg is that the Yanmega is ready to attack again. Need to win multiple confusion flips because of how bad our draw was. Wait, what? Okay. I mean, I guess my statement stands because they have Rocky Helmet. It's a real shame if we'd have drawn Farfetch and had been able to kill this with Farfetch, we'd be in such an incredible spot. Oh, wait, I can Geo clear it. Yeah, that's the play, right? Yeah, that's the play. Now, the problem here is they have one Sabrina and one Cyrus. So maybe this is wrong. If they Sabrina or Cyrus me up, I get into trouble. Because they have Rocky Helmet. They didn't have the Sabrina earlier, but they could have had the Cyrus. It might be right to just drag this up and hit them and just force the confusion flip right away. Classic video gamer, wait out the maximum amount of time on the turn. Play the easy obvious card. The video games change, but the gamer is taking forever when they have one line and it's very good stays the same. If they don't have their Cyrus and this finds Mischievous, we have a line. This has been really disappointing first round. Average video gamer. Gamers derogatory. Me heaving a heavy sigh and being like, that was unfortunate, there was nothing we could do. While opponent slow rolled us. And just infinite comments from chat, what a good game. Yes, thank you, gamers. Oh man. Freaking video gamers. They really are something else. Anafi Gyarados while also playing Drudagon. It's an interesting combination of things. Fast Rampardos is nice here. They are Fossil Friends out. Probably double Skull as opposed to double this, but I guess I can wait on that decision too. Oh, they're Manaphy and Gyarados Greninja. That's interesting. I wonder, they have to, like, cut utility cards, right? Or maybe they're splitting the Drudagon with Manaphy, like, 1-1. The Manaphy seems very good in their deck against other control decks. We have 2 copies of Leaf. If we hit one of those, we can go ahead and switch into this and get Crackalack in, which would be nice. That being said, the Gyarados is kind of ready to start trucking along, huh? I'm waiting on this. We can not let them know we have it. And we might want to headbutt something and not take damage potentially. Right, our deck's all single knockout point stuff, so we do have a line from here, which is nice. We can do this into energy here, into this, and then this means Aerodactyl is able to clean this out on the backswing. But Arrow loses the race to Greninja, unfortunately. Yeah. I guess if we need to build this up, yeah? So Aerodactyl comes up and hits them, and then if we hit stage 1 into stage 2, Rampardos clears the Greninja in 1, which would be sweet. That's our out here, so we're gonna go ahead and try and communicate into it. So unlikely, but not impossible. Yeah, rip. Does this with this buy us a turn, maybe? It might, yeah. Because they only do 80, which takes us to 40. And then I can pivot to this. We'll die to Osiris, but assuredly they don't have room. Assuredly they don't have room for Osiris with Mana Fee, yeah? Copium. Need my stage 1. Okay. Dead to Cyrus, but otherwise we have we're 1 in 5 to top deck this Storko and win the game. Activating that implies we're not dead and we have a draw. Hit me, dealer. Nice. This is a very sweet first game for us. Beating their powerful Gyarados curve. It's just that easy. Build the line in your mind that wins the game and then play to your outs. How do you feel about Dodrio? Don't love it. I think it tends to be worse than the other stage 1s you can play. A stage 1 that dies in 1 Executor head seems not great. Both of our fossils, which is lovely. You don't need Mag Mortar things. Yeah, we've tried it a few times. Mag Mortar is just not a very playable card. Fan Rotom. Tis a windy day, gamers. No evolutions for you. Try again next time. like to blow away my Regirock, I think I'm okay with that. We're going to draw our Rampardos next turn. We can start cracking some heads. They're just choosing not to blow away the Regirock is interesting. Wonder if they think they're just going to win the game with Greninja. Seems ambitious. We have 2 copies of Leaf in our deck, so if we draw that, it'll let us pull the Regirock out. I assume this is Baby Aerodactyl. Would you like to blow me away? Crunch. Tanking for 1 seems good. It does, yeah. I mean, with Fan Rotom and Aerodactyl, there's like no way they actually win the game by getting knockout points, yeah? Are you going to do the meta report when you get back, or do you already have that in the hopper? So I don't do the meta report until after the results of the Ursi Day tournament that we're playing and are posted. So I will just be working all day today. We're going to do a live stream. We're going to play this tournament. We're going to do a sponsored set for Arcane Rush, a fun drafting auto battler game, and then I'm going to be up late tonight digging through stats to put together the meta report. So that'll be up for tomorrow, because I do all my recording for that on Saturday night, and then the editor takes care of it. And the rest from there. All of the regular YouTube stuff will be up Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Even with me being off from live on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. All right, let's throw our viewer pile of cards up on the screen. Let's take a brief ad break. We got about 10 minutes till the next tournament round pops. We'll take a look at the tournament metagame, I think, when we get back for this tournament to give a little preview of what I'll be talking about. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. All that work sounds like you need a vacation. Yeah, I don't take vacations. Where I'm going next week is a family trip. Vacations don't involve small children. We take family trips a couple of times a year, though. On vacations, you get to sleep. You should ignore the current scores because those scores are basically no-shows. Are the ones that report early, but metagame stats here are the relevant ones. At the primary 3 basic Executor Celebi 20% of today's field. This is like Mewtwo-ish numbers from last season, right? There's 2.15% with the Mew. There's 2-ish% with the Yanmega, so it's like 20, 24.5, 25% we'd probably round up to. Some Infernape gamers getting out and enjoying themselves. Patch it used to. Let's see if this deck can put up anything consistent. It spikes a couple when it has this high of a play rate, but generally as a whole, the archetype just gets slaughtered. Any thoughts on the same deck you're playing from the viewer, but with chat out instead of Reggie? I don't know. Probably still bad. Probably worse. I think you'd rather have a meaningful lead. Age Cub, thank you for the nice resubscription. I appreciate the 69 months. Welcome back. Good afternoon. I almost played Yanmega Dialga today. I felt like I owed Mismagius. Run it back. We've got 7 other people Mismagging us, mewing with us. I bet this deck overall has a real scuff day. It's fine, but definitely takes a lot to play well. Blastoise Palkia is also almost one of these. A lot of everything. One of the things that stands out is what? Our 50% of the field. How many archetypes do we have in there? We have eggs. We have Charizard gets to 30, 38, 43, 47. Got like 5-ish decks that make up the top half of the field. Do Weezing decks need 2 Kogas all the time, or is 1 ever acceptable? It's actually the case that a lot of the successful Darkrai Weezing decks that people have been playing recently in tournaments weren't playing any Kogas. They were just playing copies of Leaf, which surprised me, but that's what the results say. All right, let's hop in another in-between game here, huh? Oh, that's true. I cut the Mew, so I'm under Mismagius Farfetch. That's true. I'm not lumped in there with the rest of them. Digging for some fossil friends. Yikes. Yikes! Is this gonna be a play the back Regirock and power it up angle? It might be. It might be. I don't have an X speed or a leaf to truffle shuffle. It's noteworthy here. Yeah, I'd assume Infernape was the most popular Gen 4 starter. Sabrina Infernape is gonna cook us up here. You think there's a viable Onyx Brock deck? Probably not. I think Executor being tier 1 makes all the fighting decks really rancid. I think we're just dead from here. Yeah, needed this way sooner to stop their active from evolving, huh? So I put the energy on the back one, and then the Aerodactyl from here just doesn't deal enough damage to get through this, yeah? Definitely a little bit of the mercy of playing your fossils. No Pokeballs to find them, so you're gonna have a handful of games like that where you're just bricked off. Anyone think they would ever consider adding resistance as a mechanic? I would assume at this point that ship has sailed and they won't add something like that after the fact. No, no Pokeballs, despite having 2 Regirock. So they have just another Golem line, basically? Is that why they're building this up in front to take hits? Since noteworthy that this is 120, which dies in 1 to Golem unless we draw Keep. It's nice. What do you think is the most successful Rampardos deck right now? I posted a Rampardos Hitmonlee Marshadow variation earlier this week. I think that's my favorite. I think it's pretty important for this card that you have something that can soften up your opponent's backline Pokemon, because 130 is not quite enough to clear a few things, but 160 does a lot in this format. Again, I do feel like I need to put a disclaimer every time we talk about fighting decks, though, that, like, I don't think there's a single fighting deck that's competitive against Executors, so if you're like, I love fighting decks, you're going to have to accept that you're just going to, like, take an L in a good chunk of your matches. It's just the unfortunate reality of the situation. So our Regirock's gonna take a knockout on the Graveler, but we're basically gonna be trading 4 energy for 0, which is not a great scene for us. Oh, wait, I forgot about Exoskeleton. So that doesn't actually clean us, which is nice. I forgot about our Pokemon ability. Maybe we're okay here. Because if we get to deal 70 with this, this finishes for 100, yeah? Do I deny them the knockout point here? I think I do, right? I think I Leaf, pull the Regirock out, and then Rampardos crack for 100, because the Rampardos only takes recoil damage when, only takes recoil, oh, don't do that. Only takes recoil damage when it knocks him out. So I think we do this. I'm gonna play out this other one. Do I want a Rocky Helmet? I'm hitting them for 100 twice. So Rocky Helmet plays around double potion. I don't think I play around double potion. Maybe they have it. I guess I'm not gonna get a ton of value out of this anyways later, so I might as well play around double potion. They take 30 less on each attack. Helmet lets you clear with Aerodactyl. That is not accurate. Oh, there's the first potion. Okay, we played around it. Coolio. I just ultimately ended up playing around it because I didn't think it was going to matter in any other spot, so. And then these trade cleanly next turn. And then the Aerodactyl eats their back one. Cool. That's clean. And playing in the Ursi tournament too, do you see that Egg reached 20% of the metagame? Yeah, it's very comparable to, what's it called? Mewtwo from last season, yeah? We'll see if the format can adjust around it. Holy gosh. Speaking of Mewtwo from last season, in the 0-1 bracket, it's the Wild West, and we've queued into Mewtwo from last season. Alrighty. They even have a red card in their deck still. Yeah, I agree. For people who are newer to card games, perceived best deck in the metagame hitting about 20-ish% still really is pretty reasonable. Definitely lived through Magic the Gathering eras where it was 30, 40, 50%. Cawblade, 75, 80%. This event has a 7-minute check-in window, so we have to wait 6 minutes to see if our opponent shows up. Hopefully they'll be here or we can play a game. What was Intermission one time? 70%? Yeah, but that was ladder metrics, which is usually extra diverse. Tournaments are more competitive and tend to be less diverse. Ladders, as we've often talked about, ladders really aren't a competitive setting. I guess I'll throw our deck list up on the screen while we wait. But downside of playing in tournaments. This is one of the reasons why when I play weekend tournaments, I usually don't stream them. Like the Blastoise tournament gameplay I played off stream and recorded. Would you compare the Mismagius deck to the Starmie one you used to play? Yeah, I think it's very comparable to that. Similar idea, just kind of retooled for this new metagame where Starmie's not very good. Yeah, I'm alright at filling the time just responding to chat questions, Jem. We do alright. Sometimes people drop. They like lose the first round and dropped. I'd be lying if I didn't consider this set. I didn't consider the same. So we may or may not have a buy for the next one. We got 4 more minutes. Our shirt is awesome. This is official Pokemon merchandise. Got Decidueye and Rillaboom. It's a nice jersey material too. It's not a t-shirt. So this tournament has a top 64 cut, so people with 2 losses actually make the top cut in this, so we'll play till we have 3 losses today in the Ursi tournament is the plan. Are there any specific damage rules for the Giovannis in this deck? Giovanni with Farfetch'd deletes and execute before it can evolve. Past that, just combination breakpoints. Usi Fusi, thank you for the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. A card like Azelf makes your breakpoints that Giovanni is hitting a little fuzzier, I guess is the best way to put it, because Azelf will like soften things up before they come to the front. But the main idea is that Farfetch'd Geo lets you scramble an egg before it can turn into a tree. Let's Mischievous do 150 in 2 hits. Yeah, but that's like not super relevant. There aren't a lot of 150 isn't a big breakpoint in this metagame. The breakpoints that matter in our current metagame, I would say, are 140 and 160 typically. Because there's a lot of 140 HP Pokemon that also wear capes. It's part of the reason why Tauros fell off the cliff that it did from last season, because dealing 120 and 130 is just not stellar. Same thing with Arcanine EX. Yeah, Farfetch'd softening things up makes your Giovanni breakpoints a little different too, just because like you'll hit a couple of times and then pivot into something else. Yeah, the double Geo with Mismagius lets you hit that 160 breakpoint is nice. Do you prefer the Luxray on the video you posted or the one you played with Patchy? I think the Patchy build's probably a little bit more powerful. That'll be a highlight over the break for sure. Just recorded an intro for that one. We have 60 more seconds until we win by default. Why did I drop Mew out of the deck? Because I wanted to start on Farfetch'd more consistently, and I wanted more utility cards, so we added a Sabrina. I think the next Charizard matchup, and Palkia matchups are pretty good even without Mew, and those are the primary matchups you want that card for. Is there a half-term break for American kids right now? My kids have a 4-day weekend, so they're off school Tuesday and Monday. So we're taking a small family trip to an indoor water park next week. We're streaming all day today, and then we'll all be off until Thursday is the plan. Okie doke. We are now 1-1. Look at that. Is there no way to take yourself out of little? You could drop from the dashboard, but a lot of people don't do that. All right, back to Rampardosing with our viewer deck, huh? This deck is lovingly titled Rampardo Slop, which is probably an accurate descriptor, I would wager. What do we think of this for tomorrow's meta report thumbnail, chat? My editor is an artist, okay? They're so good. No notes. Yep. We'll throw a couple of meta relevant cards in the top left once we pull the data up. Well, that's a good idea from Twitch chat. I'm gonna ask the editor to put a single execute egg over the A on the belt. Just like Derpy, put the Derpy face up there. Alright, put a hat on this lead one here. Joni, budget-friendly decks for free-to-play players. So that's kind of a tough thing to measure because, like, are you a free-to-play player who just started, or are you a free-to-play player from last season who has most of the older cards? Because, like, for example, there's 3 decks in the metagame right now: the Executor deck, the Executor deck. The Executor deck, the Charizard deck, and the Gyarados deck are all essentially decks carbon copied from last set with a couple of 2 diamond upgrades. You know, I wonder if I was supposed to push this up next, maybe? Might have been right to put the energy here and just work this towards 4. I think Rampardos is very appropriately rated. I think it's like a solid B or B- deck that's a tough sell into a metagame full of Executors. Yeah, I think I'd be in a little bit better spot if I was hitting this with the Regirock this turn. Hopefully we can find our Skull Fossil here. Perfection. My Egg's opponent bricked twice in a row. That's not true, Luigi. I don't believe you for a second. Eggs players don't brick. All right, I think we're gonna enter a dead to... We are dead to Cyrus Rampardos here. But other than that, looking at a decent spot. So if they put the Rampardos up... Oh, it does clear the Regirock because of the Lucario. If they clear our Regirock, though, my Rampardos kills their Rampardos. Which is pretty good for us. Oh, I need to put the energy here, right? Mistakes were made. How did that do 40 damage? Minus 20 plus 20. We're not playing in the tournament. For people who are new and haven't seen me play in a tournament live before, tournaments have an incredible amount of downtime, meaning you have to wait a lot between the rounds. I'll always have the name of the deck I'm playing in the tournament in the stream title. So if you see me playing that deck, you can know we're currently in a tournament match. And I have this handy dandy red banner here that's currently behind my O10 General sub notification that lets you know when we're playing in a tournament versus not. All right, we're probably gonna lose because of my energy in the wrong spot last turn, huh? I would say unlucky, but I'm just bad. And actually, you know what's interesting? Talking about budget decks, Executor EX is actually one of the guaranteed EX Pokemon you get when you start your account, yeah? I mean... Yeah, that turn I messed up and could have killed that. Pretty tough. Yeah, if you pick the Charizard pack, you're guaranteed to get Executor EX in your first pack. Each of the 3 booster packs in the tutorial has a different guaranteed EX Pokemon. I think it's Charizard, Executor, Marowak, and Arcanine, maybe? I forget what the third one is. But it's definitely Marowak and Executor. It's one of the many reasons why Charizard's the best first pack. I think playing Manaphy is currently a little bit scuffed, although how much Skarmory was in this tournament? Yeah, Skarmory was 5%. It was a little bit less than it was in some of the others. I wasn't excited by the prospect of playing Manaphy against Skarmory decks. Was the reason why, one of the reasons why I decided to play Mismagius today. dodge or hit capes is my answer. I don't think the good versions of Manaphy have room to play cape. I think the Vaporeon, Palkia builds that have room to play cape just aren't very good. But yeah, if your goal is to just, like, dodge the uncommon matchup, the Skarmory decks had been pushing and breaking 10% in a number of the smaller tournaments leading into this one, but those decks are also bad against eggs, so I guess it's not a huge surprise to see them fall off in this tournament now that since eggs has been increasingly more popular. I don't think Manaphy decks have room to play Cape because they need to play Misty, and they need to play 7 basics. And then once you sprinkle in some evolutions, your utility slots are incredibly limited. I will say, I feel like one of the smartest people on the planet calling Executor the best Pokemon in the metagame the weekend before it took off. Just to firmly pat ourselves on the back. We're very good at what we do here. Identifying winners and losers in the metagame is one of my strong suits. Opponent. Ah, yes. Potioning the helmet damage. I'm surprised they decided to tackle us with the helmet on our guy. Because they're effectively trading 10 for 20, which seems not great. I correctly identified that Magnezone was going to be a card that would see play in decks without lightning energy, but I don't think I fully appreciated how potent that effect was going to be. Magnezone. Magnezone has the huge added upside of being a card that's strong when going first, which is something a lot of decks in the format are interested in. With the increase in eggs, do you think another deck could start being popular? Yeah, I would expect we'll see more Charizard and more Gyarados. Would be my expectation. Why does the Manaphy deck need to run 7 basics? The Manaphy deck needs to play 7 or more basics because Manaphy is a really mediocre card when you don't have 2 bench Pokemon to put energy on. So you need to make sure your Manaphy starts have enough support. I didn't stop and think about my breakpoints on the cape. Is it good? Did the cape actually save us or anything? Maybe the cape was bad. If I was at 80, I would be taking 60. Yeah, I think the cape was actually bad here. I think we're dying in the same breakpoints either way. Do Muck or Scolipede still have play? I mean, those cards were never good, right? There was like a weekend at the start of Mythical Island where Scolipede like ate some Mewtwo decks, but then even the Mewtwo decks adapted, and they weren't stellar. Hello, favorite toddler. Do you have Everest in your stroller? Is that so funny?
Yeah. Daddy.
Yes, Haley girl.
I like your shirt.
You like my shirt? I like my shirt too.
Because it has green.
Oh, you like my shirt because it has green?
Yeah.
Whoop.
I like both the colors greens on.
Yeah.
I like this color green. I like this color green. I like this color green. Wait, is this anyways a green?
Green is Haley's favorite color, chat.
Green. Hi, chat. Are you making a video?
We are making a video right now.
And this video is gonna have me.
It does have you in it. Look at that.
La 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 la. Ooh, I know.
You want Everest to be in the video? Okay, just don't make her make noise, okay? It would be bad for Daddy's video if Everest makes noise.
Oh, this. See?
Oh, okay, there's no batteries in it? That's good.
Yeah, the batteries died.
That's okay.
They're not.
That's ideal. That's ideal for your dad if the batteries are dead.
The batteries are dead. We need to add new ones.
Maybe someday. When you're a parent, dead batteries are a feature, not a bug.
Alice is in the video.
There's our copy of Leaf. Lovely.
So Snow, I'm ready to go.
I think we're supposed to put our energy for the turn on this Reggie Rock again, just to like play around another copy of Cyrus.
Ice. I'm skateboarding.
Skateboarding.
Skateboard.
That's crazy.
Skateboard. Activate. Seatbelt my paws. See, I wish the seatbelt her paws on a skateboard.
She has a seatbelt on her skateboard.
Yeah, 4 balls. Hold back and they can't get out until they open. When she says open, skateboard sinks. They open.
Oh my goodness, chat! Just an update on the egg apocalypse thumbnail. Oh yeah. Oh, he added the Celebi on the side too. That's so good. Oh, I think that was there the first time and I missed it. That's. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're cooking. That's stellar.
I saw snow, I'm ready to go. I saw snow, I'm ready to go. Can you hear what I'm saying?
They can hear what you're saying.
So can you hear?
I can hear you too, yes.
So can you hear me in the headphones?
I can. No, the noise doesn't go over the headphones right now.
Oh. You can only hear it when the video's finished.
Yeah, when the video's finished, you can hear it in the headphones.
What is yours? Oh, I like this Squirtle.
You like their Squirtle?
Oh,
Haley has a Squirtle stuffy.
I love Squirtle.
You love Squirtle? I love Squirtle too.
There's Pikachu on the back.
There are Pikachus on the back.
So many Pikachus.
As a lot of Pikachus.
Hey, Daddy, when it's your turn, does yours turn what you're attacking?
Yeah, see I have a board with Pokeball in the middle. It's a little bit less exciting than the Pikachu, I know. We have the boring slick board.
I don't like the boring slick.
You don't like our boring board?
I don't like your board that we play on, but I like their board.
You like their board better?
Yeah, because they have Pikachus.
Yeah.
Well, but I like the cards you're attacking with. I don't like...
He's made out of rocks.
What? Why is he made out of what?
Because that's what they're made out of. Did it start snowing outside again yet? You don't know. Can you go check Everest if it's snowing? Everest is the snow pup, right?
Yeah, that's why she checks if there's snow.
She can check if there's snow because she's the snow pup. Perfect. Okay, you can leave the stroller. Okay. Thank you, Haley and Everest. Okay, you come down and tell me when it's snowing, okay? Close the door, please. Our oldest has just hit the Paw Patrol age. Good luck, Godspeed, Warrior. For those of you that are new here, that's my youngest of 3. She is almost 5, as she likes to remind me. Nine and 11-year-old. Jacob had first birthday already hit. This is the time of year, the 4-month span where they're not all at the ages they are for the rest of the year is the most confusing as a parent. Oh, we're a big Gabby's Dollhouse household, Gab. We have an entire dollhouse with all of the room add-ons. People talk about DLC in your video games. Let's talk about DLC in children's toys, huh? Couldn't possibly get the entire dollhouse in one purchase. That would be far too convenient. All right, we're gonna beat up this Blastoise deck, unfortunately for them. Our headbutting dorks are here. It's a very pay-to-win dollhouse, for sure. Any stories behind your kids' names? None at all. The kids all have... Their middle names are correlated with myself and my wife. Like, my 2 boys, one of them has the middle name Jeffrey after my first name, and then the other one has my middle name Scott as his middle name. And then Haley has Christy's middle name as her middle name, but their first names are just names we liked. I'm not going to tell you that Haley is named after Eminem's daughter named Haley, but she could also be named after the lead singer of Paramore, Haley, so... As something of a millennial, it could really go either way. Okay, we've got 15 minutes until the next tournament match starts. We take a pause for the cause and let some adverts roll. When we get back, we are going to move along to our next viewer pile, which we played a little bit of yesterday and I really liked. It's a sweet Yanmega Magneton Manaphy combo deck with Dawn. So, thanks everybody for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. We got plenty more Pokemon Pocket and then Arcane Rush coming up today. Shout out to them for sponsoring the stream. Brought you on the YouTube side. Consider tapping the like button. We're into the bathroom subs, BRB. Up a little bit when we get back as well. My boys each have one of my old streaming rigs for a PC they have access to. It's funny to me how they have, like, reasonable graphics cards, and 9 times out of 10, they're just, like, playing some basically Flash game from the mid-2000s. And I know, obviously, they're not written in Flash anymore. But that's essentially what they look like. Roblox. That is, Roblox is the one video game that is not allowed in my household. No ethical consumption under capitalism and all that. I won't fault you if you play it or your kids play it, but that company is exceptionally bad even among capitalism. There's entire YouTube videos that are essentially documentaries dedicated to all of the various issues with that game. But they are deep in many, to say the least. Alright, so long as we don't see Riolu here, the Manaphy gets to live to activate twice, which should be pretty good for us. That was not the Yanmai I wanted for Christmas, unfortunately. We have Palkia as a payoff here, at least. So the basic idea behind this deck, for folks that haven't seen us play it before, is that Yanmega attacking for 120 is really good when you start doing it ASAP. So both Manaphy and Magneton let us generate extra energy, so when we have Yanmega with Dawn, we can start attacking with it on the second turn. Just start blasting for 120 over and over again. Yes, neither of my boys are allowed to do open voice chat in any of the games that they play. As someone who was once a teenager on open voice chat, that they're gonna need to be at least teenagers before they get to that point. Of Yanma probably means we need to find our copy of Magnezone to win this game, which is unfortunate. We're actually only playing one Magnezone because we're largely playing Magneton as a way to charge up with Dawn to put energies over. But without Yanmega, we're going to need that one to show up, I think. As a teacher, I can tell within minutes of meeting a child whether or not they have unrestricted internet access or things like voice chat and video games. It is immediately apparent and often negative. Yeah, I'd believe that. I think we play this out for Sabrina Insurance. Notable that they need a Giovanni to one-shot the Magneton here, even with Weakness and Lucario. So if Magneton trades with the Hitmonchan, and then we can power up the Palkia maybe for double shots afterwards. The way this back and forth works out is pretty favorable for us, yeah? They hit us, we clear them, they clear this. This will have 6 energy when it goes up to here. We clear it for the 150, then we 150 again. And even with Cape here, because it takes 20 splash damage, we'll be good to go. Oh, I suppose playing the Manaphy out means the Sabrina could catch us later, though, yeah? So maybe that was a mistake. We have this now. I'm going to play this out to play around Sabrina at this point, because evolving into this lets us have Sabrina insurance. Yeah, so I clear this. They put the Mars Shadow up and clear this. And then this goes up to 6, down to 3, and then it's ready to blast twice in a row. So that 6th energy on Palkia means you can go 150, 150, which is clean. Deep in the tank here. That's I mean, I guess they were dead to the Palkia the other way, so it kind of makes sense to pivot here. But I think we're still favored, yeah? This looks like Mewtwo Gardevoir with extra steps. The video games and card games change, but those gamers drawing comparison between things that are just different and calling them equivalent remains the same. Yeah, even though this survives the hit here, they're gonna need a potion to not die to the Dimensional Storm bench hit next turn. So it still ends up being mostly the same if they don't have a potion. And the Aerodactyl gives up 2 points because it's an EX, right? I think this game honestly shows some of the flexibility of this deck, so we didn't get to remotely do the thing we optimally want to, right? Like, ideally, we're a Turbo Yanmega deck, but just like Magneton plus Palkia let us maneuver this game despite our ideal thing not remotely coming together. Clean. Yeah, I like the idea of this deck a lot. We played this is like a more combo-focused version of the other build that we had played, and I like the angle that Magneton gives you to more consistently get the Dawn combo off. Kingdom for some basic Pokemon. Yikes. Something that I like to point out when I do it here is you'll note that I'm not playing out this Palkia to my bench. There are far more copies of Sabrina in the metagame than there are copies of Red Card and Mars that punish you for holding cards. So if my opponent were to Sabrina this Manaphy out of the active spot, we'd be infinitely behind. So it's worth it to hold my basic here, so that way I can get this Oceanic Gift activated next turn. That is not the basic we were looking for. We wanted ideally a Yanma here, but it is what it is. If we'd have hit the Yanma here, we'd have been ready to attack with the Yanmega next turn. It would have been really good. Especially into their Darkrai pile of cards. We still have a window to find Yanmega and clear them down. 2 Pokeballs, a communication, 2 research. An X speed. Yikes. This game was a good lesson in why. I bet if you go look at the Blastoise Manaphy video I posted this week, you'll find no less than a dozen comments of people suggesting they would cut the 7th basic Pokemon from the deck. And it's really hard for me to overemphasize how much 7 is the absolute floor. Your Manaphy draws where you don't have 2 non-Manaphy things to put energy on are so much worse. And your Manaphy draws should be your best possible draws, so you want to play enough basics to maximize them whenever possible. It's a Skull Fossil with Steel Energy. I'm not going to charge up the active one because I don't want to get randomly crunched out of them. So I'll just build this up in the back with this. It's my last viewer deck submission of the day, so I think we'll take a couple more of those. I think I'm going to say I'll tentatively take 2 deck submissions. Pin the instructions for doing that over each of the chats. Pokeball is lovely. I don't know what the opponent was doing, but they definitely couldn't beat a copy of Yanmega. Alright, the tournament round is done, so we're not going to queue another. Maybe we can take a peekaboo at how some of the metagame stuff is doing while we wait here for the next match to pair. Oh, maybe they put the wrong fossil in? Yeah, that's probably what it was. Red card's a very bad card in Pokemon Pocket for a variety of reasons. If you want to see some numbers on a few of the reasons, here's a video detailing why. Oh, and our round actually just paired, so maybe we won't look at stats. We are 1-1 with our Mismagius deck. We are 1-1, and we're playing against 18 Trainer Palkia. Yep, yep, yep. Oh, you know, 18 Trainer Palkia, they have no copies of Leaf and no copies of X-Speed. Confusing them is probably really good, yeah? Mismagius is probably a solid punish. Let's see how this goes, huh? Yes, they could just flip a bunch of Misty coins and kill us, is definitely a possibility. Hey, Austin. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you dropping by a live one on Saturday afternoon. Playing against 18 Trainer Palkia. They have 2 Cyrus, 2 Sabrina, 2 Misty, 1 Geo, 2 Cape, 2 Helmet, 1 red card. First energy advantage sounds nice. I would love to open a Farfetch'd or a Mismagius. Obviously, we open on the 1 basic. I asked not to. No Leafs and no X speeds here are really relevant for our confusion mechanic. I want to maximize my chance of finding extra basic Pokemon here, so I'm going to research before I Pokeball. That is our 2 worst possibles here. Extra unfortunate. Go ahead and swap to the duck here and get Quackin. We were 40% and then 50% to find Mismagius, and we bricked, obviously. No Rocky Helmet from them to start is good for us, at least. Rocky makes the duck beats far less bad, or far less good. Build it into existence, gamers. Yikes. On cue, yep. Their 1 copy of Giovanni here means that I need Cape to not have the Farfetch'd die, but is that worth doing? I can't tell if that's worth doing. It's probably worth keeping, yeah. Then they need Potion or a Palkia to not be dead to the Mismagius or the Mismagius. They have it. But then worth noting here, once we clear this first one, the second one is going to be perpetually confused, yeah? They have a Potion? Do... I'll go ahead and get in and crack him for 70. No reason to Geo here. I did not have a window to Giovanni on the previous turn. For people asking why I didn't do that, I've played a supporter every single turn. We're dead to Cyrus now. Unless we draw Sabrina. Yep, just dead to Cyrus. That was there. Out to win the game. It was a double Misty Heads. We have 2 copies of Cyrus. First energy advantage is definitely good for us. We want to not open as elf, though. So, holding the basic is bad. Holding the basic is bad against red card, but it's good against Sabrina. And they have one red card and 2 Sabrinas in their deck. So... Elf is really pretty mediocre in this matchup, so I'm going to go ahead and play the Farfetch'd out here, but I'm going to hold on to the Azelf because we might want to Pokemon Communication into something else later. Although... what if we pivot to the Azelf and just, like, try and murder the Palkia on the back line? Depending on where they put their energy. Because they're probably inclined to put their energy on the back line one, yeah? Just hit them again, because then next turn the Farfetch can clear. And if they win their Confusion flip, I'm down to 40. which still lives a slash plus Cyrus the following turn. We have second potion. Yeah, there's Misty permutations and Confusion coin flips permutations that play out favorably for our opponent here, but I think we're favored from the spot that we're currently in. Nothing's a guarantee. Game has variance by design, but I think more often than not we win from here. Like, what's their most likely path to victory? I think their most likely path to victory is Palkia forward, Giovanni clear the Farfetch'd, and then they win their Confusion coin flip with the Dimensional Storm the following turn. But they only have one Geo. There are 10 cards into their decks. They're 50% to have that. So they basically have to win two 50%ers in a row to have a really clean path to victory. And that means... Oh, I guess they don't need the Geo, right? Because they're going to clear the Farfetch with the burst damage on the back. So they're only going to need one 50-50 win here. Yeah, it's actually just a straight flip. Right, we might even have to win two Confusion flips here, because they can keep trying the Dimensional Storm every turn. This tank is probably them trying to decide whether or not they want to put a hat or a cape on here. What if you just leave in the Farfetch? The opponent's deck has 2 copies of Cyrus in it. So us winning a Confusion flip is, or them losing a Confusion flip is more likely than... My goodness. Like, literally 0 seconds on the clock to attack. Oh, it's so annoying. I should probably burn the Giovanni just for the sake of making my hand smaller because they're a red card deck. So that way we're more likely to have the other Mismagius. Play that Giovanni gamer. Have to win 2 Confusion flips here. They won 2 Misty flips to win the first game, so can we win 2 Confusion coin flips to win this one? Opponent running down the timer absolutely here while they just gotta click the button. Julio. is what it is. All right, we're 1-2 in the tournament, which means it's no longer worth our time to continue playing. We'd have to win every single match from here, and we could likely still miss on tiebreakers even if we did. Again, the opponent's deck was on 2 copies of Cyrus, chat, so anybody suggesting that we could do anything that wasn't other than win 2 confusion coin flips, it's not a real option. I think after how those tournament games went today, I'm kind of over playing Pokemon Pocket for the day and kind of looking forward to playing our sponsored game, which is actually a game I've played a ton of off stream. If you want to check out a sweet auto battler game, hang out here. I'm going to get that loaded up. We're going to check out Arcane Rush. My quick elevator pitch for Arcane Rush, I know there's a lot of people watching that are in the same position I am, is that it is a drafting strategy game where the actual games that you're playing are done asynchronously against other opponents' runs, which means that there's no timer ticking down on you while you play. So it's not like some others where you start playing and then you're locked in for a half hour or whatever. Most of my off-stream game time is done with like children underfoot, so being able to just like pause and walk away and come back to my run at any other point is fantastic. Play this for the remainder of the stream today. Appreciate everybody hanging out for our Saturday stream.